All right, fellas, welcome back to another episode of Champagne Hooligans, episode 2. How are we, fellas? JJ Fox-Moray?
What is the story? How are you?
Good. Big B?
Yeah, great.
Great. Yeah, everyone's feeling good this week.
Yeah.
Very fresh.
Very fresh. Yeah, good weekend of football. Back in the mixer.
Yeah. Back in the mixer, indeed, Steve. It was delight. Just basically watched every game there was available to watch. Didn't really see the outside of sunny Magaluf.
Same. I watched every game apart from the Man City Tottenham game because I was out playing golf.
The key game, the TikTok game, as it became known subsequently.
Yeah, well, I felt like there's no point in watching it, so just get out there in the sun, play some golf.
You probably spent most of that on your phone checking that anything happened.
Listen, I was checking my phone for the yardages, Brian. I was checking my phone for the yardages.
You should never have your phone while you're playing golf. And like Steve, it's constantly on his phone, and he's like, "You're about to hit a shot." And he's like, "Did you see this guy on Twitter?" I'm like, "Fuck off, Steve! Like, I'm trying to hit a shot here and not fucking slice it."
Yeah, well,
I've got bigger issues right now.
Well, I suppose probably only one place to start this weekend is with Big B.
Why is that?
Well, you were very, very happy with the result in the Man City Tottenham game.
Yeah, that was great. It was the hare and the tortoise. It was me and Steve Lennon this week.
Yeah,
like Steve just got out to great start. Early scoreboard bullshit pressure that he was on about.
The scoreboard pressure was excellent.
Yeah, and then obviously it was literally not even halfway through the second game of the season he had wrapped up fantasy Premier League, like not even just the whole game week, the second game that was being played, he had wrapped it up with Bruno's hat-trick. So yes, got off to a great start early for Steve, but it really the tables turned somewhere around Mo Salah getting a couple of assists and a goal. The tables turned my way. Not quite in the Newcastle front, but
bloody good game that game. Good game.
Yeah, it was a great game. I mean, our defense is horrific, but Sam Maximum. I remember things about March, April last season. I was saying to you lads, Sam Maximum to get in any team outside the Champions League teams in the Premiership, and you're like, give me all this shit. And now Steve is texting me.
He getting Tottenham.
Yeah, you're getting Leicester's team. You're getting anyone that isn't the Chelsea, United, Liverpool City.
I don't know if you're getting the Leicester team.
I think
he would definitely get into the Leicester team.
I don't know.
I think it's probably fair. I watched that game yesterday.
He's phenomenal.
He was absolutely unplayable.
Oh wow! Yeah. First game of the season, you play a stormer. Like he's been doing nothing he's been doing nothing for months. Let's see.
He's been on summer.
Let's just see. Yeah. First game of the season.
He's been off surfing.
Yeah. Look, first game of the season. No. Let's see October. Okay.
No, I'm not having it. It's like Graham Souness before the game was like, "Oh, he's a fucking maverick, but he needs to do it every week." He's our fucking most consistent player. He's the only one who does it every week.
Consistently injured.
Yeah, he's consistently injured, unfortunately, which is actually the only reason we probably still have him at the club. But he's just ridiculous. And then at the other end of the pitch is our defense, and like Kieran Clark, who should only ever been taken off the bench with 10 minutes to go when you need a goal from a corner, because there's no doubt
he started a lot last season, didn't he?
He started a bit, but we had horrific injuries at the back last season. But like, it was a shambles. Like, they just West Ham ran all over us. But like, I knew we'd score, but just we need a Scal and Fabian Schär back. And we might be able to like get mid-table finish. Interesting enough, we have a very, very good mate, a Villa fan, and I now have a bet on who will finish ahead of who, Villa or Newcastle. 50 quid. He tried to get 500 out of me, but he
instigated it.
He was looking for 500 on it, but no, I got him down to 50, and I took that.
Whoa. Well, I'm not sure about that now. I mean, Villa were woeful.
No, I think they'll be okay.
No, they're shit. Like losing Grealish was.
Grealish was not fucking all that yesterday by all accounts.
Yeah, but first game, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Villa have just a way better squad, surely, than Newcastle.
They don't. They Leon Bailey, let's see
They've
if
the
he does
goalie.
anything.
They've the goalie.
They Martinez, but
Martinez,
he's their only good player, basically.
Matty Cash.
No, he's terrible. Hank was going on about how bad he is.
Tyrone Mings.
Oh, come on.
He'd get in the Newcastle team.
He would get in the Newcastle.
He probably
team.
will get in the Newcastle
I like
team,
Tyrone Mings,
but he's terrible.
Yeah. I think you'll lose out on that one. I'm afraid, Brian. I'm not afraid actually.
Well, if we keep our good players fit and Willock can perform like he did last season, we should be safe enough. I think Villa are going to be in relegation trouble. Like they were smashed 3-0 by Watford before getting 2 late consolations, and like it wasn't a close game.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's me. Oh, one other interesting thing: Freddie Woodman, new young goalkeeper, was at Swansea last season from loan. Got to run out in the Newcastle team, which is great because I think Dubravka is the biggest pile of shit in goals. So
did he save a penalty as well?
He did save a penalty before being blasted past him on the rebound.
Yeah.
He wasn't at fault for any of the goals. So yeah, it was good. Nice to see a young Newcastle academy product get through, especially after your man scored for Southampton, Adam Armstrong. After me giving shit last week.
It's a bit stupid the way in fantasy you get an assist for missing a penalty and having someone banging the assist. I mean, I was happy with it with Antonio, but like, doesn't make a lot of sense.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I didn't check that.
Yeah. You wouldn't, but you're so far down the fantasy league that you probably.
I'm 9 points behind you, Steve.
You're 10 positions behind me.
Yeah, well, whatever. Like I'm further down the position table than I am the actual points difference.
Shout out to Peter Lennon. So both Peter and Stephen Lennon are in the top 3. So the best brothers in the league, and just a note to the worst brothers in the league are James and Ed Fox.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, but we're coming back. Yeah. I'm just delighted I'm beating my brother.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought you're just delighted I'm taking part.
Well, look, that's grand. Like I did get a bit of shit this week from other groups that I'm in, but don't I bring it on. Well, it's very frustrating fantasy. Like, I don't have the time like the O'Keefe does to put into it. Like, you're putting.
I don't have the time either.
I put no time.
Danny, I don't mind you. Like, I know you're going to crumble. Like, it's this is honestly like, you're coming into this podcast. I'm going to let you have your little kind of high right now because come, I'd say 2 months time. Fucking wild card. Oh shit. It's gonna.
Why would I take a wild card? All my players got like 100 points. That's something you need to do.
No, I'll be happy with mine.
All your Arsenal players gonna have to leave. You bring Ben White in there, Saka, bloody.
No, I did have Saka.
Pablo Mari.
Had Saka.
Pablo Mari looked actually okay in that Brentford game.
Yeah, but bloody Ben White did not look good.
I did have Ivan Toney in there as well, who I think will.
Everyone had Ivan Toney in there, and he did nothing.
He was player of the match.
Yeah, did nothing from a fantasy point of view, though, obviously.
Yeah.
So it doesn't fucking matter.
No, it doesn't.
That's true.
Interesting, Brian.
Well, before we get on, Shane, speaking of fantasy, Steve, a little bone to pick with you. Steve, James, let's see what James Fox thinks this. Always an unbiased observer. Yeah. Steve Lennon over the summer thought he could beat me in fantasy this season. I offered him $5,000. He goes a G, and we shook in it. Subsequently, he got me down to 500 quid. Right. And and it was shaking. It was shaking on like or shook on, whatever the verb is. And I have proof of it in WhatsApp. And now Steve's trying to like somehow renege on this because he had a few drinks in him, which is just like you don't get like. What would the court say, Steve? You don't get off murder.
Brian, if you were held to everything you said when you were drunk, I don't know where you'd be today, but you wouldn't be doing a podcast.
You'd be in prison.
Yeah. But
and we shook on it on the condition that we would discuss it on the pod, and we discussed it on the next pod, and I said it's not going to happen.
No, I don't believe we discussed it. But
can we make a fresh bet? Can we make a fresh bet here now?
Yeah, Steve.
I would do something more reasonable.
Okay.
We've already got €100 on the Blue Square.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Rewind 2 minutes ago. Mate, you're going to smash fantasy.
Yeah,
You're a fucking third in league.
Yeah, but Brian I can't take €500 off Brian. I mean, it would liquidate. He'd have to liquidate all his assets. So I need to make sure that it's an amount of money that will be paid over.
$5,000.
It'll go on the fucking like the TikTok ledger. You go, yeah, it's on the ledger. It's on the ledger. It's on the ledger. Yeah. Well, when is this ledger getting paid?
Well, 500 I can do definitely.
Yeah. No, I prefer to take 200 on top of the 100.
Okay, so just between me and you, 200.
Yeah.
So we're at 300 total with all the other leagues, and
I still think we should have done the draft this year, even if it was just between the three of us now, to be honest.
The draft is it's the ship sailed.
Yeah. But it's James Fox like broken record in this fucking draft. Yeah. But okay, Steve, 200. I mean, good. I'll have to take it, but I wanted to.
So you might put some of that cryptocurrency aside, maybe put it in one of those vaults, so that you can't.
Make sure you can pay Steve.
Yeah. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Good to get that sorted.
Yeah.
James Fox.
We can put it in the books now, in addition to the Lukaku.
Once it's in the Google Doc, that means it's in.
Yeah.
It's official.
Yeah, exactly.
James Fox, it was a red letter day for Sheffield Wednesday, I believe.
Big weekend. Fans are back. And a cool 26,000 people going through the gates of Hillsborough.
Fantastic.
And do you know what's nice?
Is that about 50% capacity?
That's
150% capacity.
No, that's stupid, Brian. Actually, God, that's actually such a stupid thing.
That was fucking Lenny.
That's such a stupid. No, I heard you first. 26,000. 39 capacity. Well, just under 40. But no, look, it's been a long time. But I was confident going into the Doncaster game, and I'm confident going into all games. But we actually won, which was just such a nice way to finish off your Saturday evening. Very hungover on Saturday. Didn't watch as much football as you guys. Had some friends over on Friday. KO'd on the couch next to Winston. Not the first time that's happened. I was in bed by like 11:15. Just really can't do it anymore. Don't think I ever could. But
you went drinking again on Sunday. But all day.
Yeah, but actually, and again, this rarely, ever, never, ever happens. So Sheffield Wednesday win, and I win the football match on Sunday as well. Like, that never happens. It never happens. It's usually Wednesday they let us down, or it's the other way around anyway. So, all in all, I had to have a few beers in the Fox and Bulldog yesterday. Busy day today, though, Steve. So,
software never sleeps.
But yeah, no, unbelievable. Barry Bannon scored a cracker of a goal. He is way too good. I saw Ian Holloway saying that he should be in the Premiership.
Ian Holloway is a nut job.
Ian Holloway is a nut job, but good to see you. And to be honest, I am obviously just the way the football industry is in business. People obviously move for money and all that. So I do have a lot of respect for Barry Bannon. He did become Sheffield Wednesday captain last year. He kind of came out. He's like, look, it's not necessarily his fault that they got relegated, but he's seen it through. He's not well. It doesn't touch wood now. He doesn't leave before the end of the transfer window. But he's going to see it through. And
is he seeing it through, or is everyone like, he's shit? No one wants him.
No, Brentford were mad to sign him a few times. So could have been playing Premiership. I think he's unbelievable, obviously. But look, it's still going to be a horrendous season. Like playing Fleetwood tomorrow. Can't remember if we've ever played Fleetwood, to be honest.
Joey Barton still coaching Fleetwood, was he?
No, he got fired for assaulting someone at another game.
Did he not take over like Bristol Rovers?
Bristol, I just think it was in the FA Cup. Yeah, basically, Rovers, yeah, like it's just. I think he basically assaulted the other manager, and then they tried to ring the police. Well, obviously there's police around the stadium, and then the Fleetwood Town chairman was basically like, get in the car, and like spun off, like, you know, proper East Ender stuff there. He's also another crazy person, but no, who is I think he's gone to Bristol Rovers now, actually.
Yeah, he is. He's
at Bristol Rovers now.
You'll be favourites to beat Fleetwood tomorrow, will you?
Yeah, should do. But again, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, big game. Anytime you play Fleetwood Town, it's
oh yeah,
Well,
tough.
look, obviously when it comes to betting as well, like, love to gamble during the week. I had a lot of bets going on Saturday. None of them came through. Came close to the one I did send you though. Just West Brom scored an extra goal, which I really do enjoy that bet. I know Stephen Lennon's not a fan of that bet.
I am not a fan of that bet either.
I just have never seen it come off one.
Yeah.
So,
1-0. What is it? 1-0, 1-1 or 2-1?
No, 1-0, 2-0 or 2-1.
Right.
So I think in Championship League 1, League 2, like it's, if the away team does go ahead, there's always a little bit of a chance. But I'll keep dreaming, lads. I'll keep dreaming.
You keep dreaming, James. Keep dreaming.
Actually, to be honest, I was speaking to the brother Ed about this. Paddy Power, like Ed's bets are like, 4 corners, 3 free kicks. Like,
God.
I know. It's like, was that a corner? I was like, I don't know. Anyway.
at least he keeps it interesting in a 0-0 draw.
No. He's also an Arsenal fan, and like he was not in a good mood on Friday. Pretty outrageous bet. No 0-0 draws for the whole Premiership season. Paddy Power 1,000 to 1. Now,
stupidest bet of all time.
There's going to be about 100 of them.
Yeah, it should be 1,000,000 to 1.
Will there?
Yeah.
Now I think, of course, Eddie did put some money onto it, but not as, you can only bet a certain amount. But I don't know.
1,000 to 1 is not long enough odds for how many games? 38 by 20.
38 by 19.
Yeah. But just the way the Premiership is at the moment, like every team, like I'd be worried about the Burnley and the Brightons. But what happened at the weekend? 2-1 Brighton,
Yeah, but it's the first weekend of the season.
Yeah,
there's another 37 games, 37 rounds.
Yeah, 380 matches in total. You've gotten
how many nil?
You've gotten through 5.
How many 0-0s were there last season?
8, 9,
10.
No, 15. No, 9.
The answer is 2.
Bollocks, really?
Yeah, no, I just made that up. But yeah, but you're easy to get as well, But I just thought.
No, he wasn't. He said bollocks.
No. I could see facial expression. Stephen went a little bit more forward there as I said that.
It was like Chelsea had at least fucking 2 0 draws last year. One against Wolves.
Yeah, and anyway, last year with all the VAR penalties,
no fans.
It's an awful bet. It is. It's the long and the short of it. There's literally no way that will come off.
No, bad betting runs in that family.
Yeah. Well, actually,
it looks like his brother.
It doesn't really, because once we get to the betting corner, we might have to look at that league table.
Well, we will.
Well, you know what? We'll study it. And we'll go through it. By position by position, and we'll just Okay. Stevie knee jerk.
First weekend of the season. Well, are we going to come to knee jerks later?
We'll come to knee jerks after. We'll all give a knee jerk. Chelsea, excellent, just world class, best team in the league, I would say at the moment.
Palace are the worst team in the league, though.
Palace.
Yeah, Palace
I must say there's not many easier assignments than you could have got for the opening game of the season than Palace. I think Leeds would have been one of them, the way Leeds play, but. Yeah, listen, class. Marcos Alonso, 24 goals. Marcos Alonso's scoring record is better than Fernando Torres. I think Fernando Torres got 22 league goals in 90 games, and Alonso's
for Chelsea.
Yeah, Alonso's got 23 in 104. Yeah.
Well, Torres is terrible at Chelsea, whereas if you you can't.
Yeah, but he's it's
Liverpool.
He's a left back. Yes,
Palace didn't get out of their own half. It was tough to watch. Down. It was Chelsea just literally bending them over and doing them.
The Palace lineup was awful. All of their players were crap, apart from Zaha.
Yeah. No, but Zaha still isn't. He's not at the right.
They need to sell Zaha. They could sell Zaha for 60-70 million. He's not a 60-70 million player.
Steve, they will not sell him for 60 or 70 million.
Well, they could have.
They could have. Dortmund 5 years ago. He won't.
Last summer, I think.
He's old.
Yeah, he's crap.
Old in football terms, anyway.
But yes, that was good. Obviously had an unbelievable start to fantasy, record breaking opening weekend, 100 points, absolutely ridiculous. And as they say in fantasy, basically a good start is more than half the work. It's 3/4 of the work because you never come back. So
I mean, if you're joint second, after the first week, you've won it.
Listen, everyone knows a good start. Basically, anyone who's ever had a good start in fantasy wins the league.
No, it's not true.
It is.
Someone had a good start last year. I didn't hit the top of the table until November, then ended up hosing everyone by like 72 points.
Yeah, well, that was probably Fox or something.
If you want to finish in like the top 1,000, you need to have top 10,000. Maybe you need to have a good start.
Exactly, and that's the
that's the
level I'm operating at.
Well, for the fans, did we not do a little? We did a little deep dive into Steve's fantasy football history. And in 3 of the last 4 years, he finished outside the top 1 million and barely got in the other year.
Well, some of us, Brian, actually have a life in the real world and not in fantasy land.
You're obviously talking about James Fox here because that is not you. You definitely don't have a life.
Am I playing golf? I didn't even.
Well, that is a life.
I'm playing golf. I'm at the gym.
Yeah.
I'm doing things.
2 weeks in.
2.5 weeks in.
2.5 weeks in. Yeah. So and then we did a deep dive into Brian O'Keefe's fantasy history, and now haven't finished outside the top million the last 8 seasons.
Yeah. Well, that you live in fantasy land. So
yeah.
I don't know.
It makes sense that you're good at fantasy.
I've internalized the game.
You live in.
Well, to be honest, for the amount of time and effort that you put into it, like it'd actually be very surprising if you weren't, like fair play, but like when you're putting in 9 hours a day into fantasy, all right, mate, hope you do really well.
No, there was a time in like the mid 2010s when I had to do that, but I've now internalized it. It's like when Busquets shows up in Barcelona. He doesn't need to go to training. He just he just knows how the game's going to go.
Yeah, you and Sergio.
He gets into the right possessions. He gets into the right positions. He just reads the game. That's the stage I'm at with fantasy now.
That's it. Yeah, well, you read the game from mid-table, mate, and I'll read it from the top.
yeah. Like 2 weeks time, like then he's gonna be done. Like I love it. Yeah. I love the early. I get the same thing every season off Steve. Every year I get the text. O'Keefe's done it. He's finally gone. He's over the hill.
Well, I was surprised with O'Keefe's team. I mean, it was boring. It was average. There was no spice, no zest, no zing.
No.
Just stale. Last year's players, hoping that they'd show up again this year.
I just got like 98 points or something.
No, you didn't get 98 points. You got about 91.
I didn't.
You did.
Are we gonna quibble over?
We're gonna
like
quibble over
points?
A couple of points. Of course, we're gonna quibble. We'll quibble over every bloody point for the whole season. 93 absolute max.
I got 93.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what did I get?
So a phenomenal
101. Sorry, I got 102.
Got 102, Steve.
So listen, fantasy will be ongoing all season. But it might be ongoing all season, or it could be dead and buried in like a week and a half if I continue at this rate. So we'll see. And that was pretty much my football week. Anything else happen of note? I did watch Spanish football last night. I backed Sociedad to beat Barcelona, having thought that Barcelona's team was going to be crap, but they actually looked pretty good last night.
What was the
4-2?
back?
4-2. Braithwaite, that lad from Denmark was banging them in.
He was playing for Middlesbrough. Like he was signed.
He was barely getting on
Middlesbrough, wasn't he?
I don't know who he was signed for, but he's barely getting on the Denmark team in the Euros.
No, he was starter.
No, he's he
was starter. It was Yusuf Poulsen and Dahlberg.
Oh yeah, well he was doing nothing though. Did he score?
Might have got one.
And then I watched Real Madrid play Alaves. Eden Hazard got a nice little assist.
I heard, was it a back heel or something? I didn't watch it. I only heard about
Bale, Hazard, and Benzema up front, which is pretty good. 3 or 4 years ago.
Who's playing on the right?
Still pretty good, like
Bale.
Bale is on the right, yeah. So, and then I watched a bit of the PSG game. PSG going to be box office. Shout out to Nike, by the way. I ordered my PSG jersey and paid an extra €15 for it to be delivered on Friday.
And didn't get it.
And as opposed to today, which would have been normal delivery, and it's still not here. So thanks very much for that. That's a good lesson. No recourse for that either as well, because who are you supposed to give out to the post office or, so we'll see. So that's it. Yeah.
Steve, you have all the jerseys laid out and like 12 o'clock kickoff, Chelsea. 3:00 kickoff.
PSG.
Put on a Liverpool jersey on just for the sake of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Norwich jersey has been ordered. Gilmore on the back.
Oh, Billy G.
And then late kickoff, PSG.
So bad.
Yeah. To be honest, that probably segues us on nicely to a couple of knee-jerk reactions from the boys from the first game of the season.
Yeah.
I think my most obvious one will be that Arsenal are going to be in a relegation dogfight. Wow, they are bad. They have no good players. They don't have a good coach. Their new signing, Ben White, is absolutely crap. Saka is a bit overrated, actually, I will say.
Who barely played.
Still looks crap. And
it didn't warm that bench very well.
Aubameyang and Lacazette as well. Now they were injured. Like, there's not a lot going on there, I must say.
They won't get relegated. They'll finish 12th.
Yeah, it must. It's worse being an Arsenal fan than it is being a Wednesday fan.
It is. Yeah. No, that was the topic of conversation all weekend. To be honest,
you're only going one way if you're an Arsenal fan. And I know the feeling. I remember when Newcastle were in this period. It's the worst.
Yeah, well, they're well in that period now. Yeah, when
no, the period when you were at the top and you're just trickling away.
Yeah, but Newcastle were never at the top, so to speak.
Yeah,
well, we're
once.
Yeah, twice, 3 times, twice.
No. No, I think that it's been said for years. It's just everything's so nice in Arsenal, they have best training facilities. They're looked after. It's almost like a retirement home, obviously, to be cliche, just with Oscar and all the lads going. So they just I was saying this to Ed, why don't they have a Shane Duffy in there? Now, obviously, Shane Duffy wouldn't be
Oh my God.
Oh God.
But just in terms of the centre half,
stick him in the back there. Just
yeah.
Well, there's no
let's get Neil Ruddock out of retirement. Stick him in there. Yeah.
Let's get Glenn Whelan. Just stick him in there. You know what I mean?
Rory Delap can take the long throws. Into Aubameyang.
No, that wouldn't happen.
Okay.
They need some centre halves in there.
Steve Staunton at the helms as well, because what's Arteta doing?
Look at the lads fucking trying to think of players What's
this tippy tappy football? Tippy tappy football. These guys are trying to play. Just lob it up there.
Yeah.
They need some strong characters in there.
Collins.
Shane Duffy is back. Shane Duffy is back with a bang, man the match performance.
Who does he play for? Celtic, is it?
Brighton, was it?
Brighton, yeah. You got man the match on Sunday or on Saturday against Burnley.
Who did Brighton sell to Celtic?
Oh, look, you're not with it. I'm not gonna.
You don't know if it's the answer to that. So yeah.
He was actually on loan, and he's gone back. Yeah. So.
Okay. There we go.
Brian, what knee-jerk reactions had you from the opening round of Premier League fixtures?
Yeah, Benjamin Mendy is done. He's just done. That was the main one. I actually couldn't get over how bad he was. When he was actually probably for a 3-month period, the most untouchable fullback in the world before his ACL. He was just assist goal every game. He's like a fantasy points machine at left back because they're getting clean sheets as well. And it was like he couldn't play football. He couldn't defend. He's losing his man every time. The amount of times either Bergwijn or Lucas Moura got in behind him on that wing, it was actually shocking. So he's done. From Niger. Otherwise, the Rwanda president giving Arsenal a bit of shit. Did you see that?
No.
It's not a knee-jerk reaction, but Arsenal have Visit Rwanda on their jerseys.
Oh, right.
The Rwanda president
side of their,
just tweeted out giving Arsenal a load of shit. They shouldn't be doing this badly, and that they need to buck their ideas up and blah blah blah. That they can't accept mediocrity. So fucking hell, Rwanda giving it the big one.
Fair play.
No. Any other knee jerks? No. I think Villa are fucked, and I think other than that.
What about Tottenham are good? Is that a possibility?
No.
Dele
Alli,
whatever. Yeah, but
very disappointing still. I think he's actually done. They'll play him. I think Nuno will find out. No, he's
season 1 for Wolves forgotten about pretty quickly because of the boring season 2.
Yeah. No.
They were tough team to beat, and now he can do that again with just better players.
Well, what's actually very interesting is that he's not playing his formation that he played in Wolves now. They played 2 formations, but the formation that they are known for playing 3 at the back and having Doherty on the right wing back, etc. Like they played a 4-4-2 or whatever they played on things. So like
they've got that guy Romero coming. He's supposed to be one of the better centre halves in Serie A. Your man Gil from Seville must be good.
Yeah. I'd just be interested to see that, like, do they keep Harry Kane for another year? Like, I wouldn't
think Harry Kane is staying.
I think he is going to stay.
I think Man City are going to bid more for him now after that game. So it's actually worked out well.
But yeah, no, Spurs, like, it's very easy, all the pressure without Harry Kane. He comes to the game, you get, it ended up being an easy win just the way City are set up. I don't think they're going to find it as easy. Like, the way Spurs set up versus City set up is a very, very pro Spurs. I don't think they're going to find it as easy when they've got like Wolves this week. You don't set up with like 11 men in your half.
Yeah. And also the problem is that, well, Man City have such an incredible squad. I actually thought the bench was fucking better than the starting team yesterday.
Well, they had De Bruyne on the bench.
Yeah. Like Kyle Walker was on the bench as well. Like, I don't know why I didn't start those boys, but anyway. Who is it though? With Spurs will just fade. Like, they'll get injuries, and Harry Kane's obviously due an injury. Like, he'll get usually one decent injury every season. But your man Son is unbelievable. Like, so I don't think he could be able to carry it on his own though.
No.
Yeah. Did you see the photo of 2 Tottenham fans on the way to the stadium, and it was taken from behind? They had Tottenham jerseys, and one of them said Son, and one of them said Dad.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. Yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, Lucas Moura as well. Like, he's great when he's got, he can run in and like fucking counter attack. But again, I don't think he's gonna be up to it when he's just sitting tiki-taka pass his way into getting around into the box and scoring.
Interesting. James, any knee-jerk reactions on your end? Sheffield Wednesday related, maybe? They're going to win the league. That would be a good one.
We are going to win the league.
What about Irish? Any good Irish representation? I found a good Twitter page actually called Pat. What's your man's coach's name? Is it Pat Kenny? What's your man's name?
Stephen Kenny. Yeah.
Ben Foden.
It's called Kenny's Boys, and it basically just follows all the Irish players the weekend. And apparently, Ryan Manning for Swansea had a phenomenal game.
Yeah. It's just very frustrating. Well, Troy Parrott actually scored a goal.
Saw that, for MK Dons.
MK Dons, which is good. I actually follow a thing on Facebook called Era Guide. Probably similar to yourself, Steve, what you just kind of said there.
Yeah.
Again,
did you say Era Guide?
Era Guide, yeah.
Do you mean Era Guide?
Era, yeah.
E-I-R-E. Okay.
Sorry, it's actually. Sorry, no.
James was born in Brazil. and brought up in the UK, and so.
Yeah.
Era Guide. The thing is, the problem is at the moment it just has all the Irish lads obviously do well. I'm just reading here. Jacob Ryan, he actually moved from Cork City to Crystal Palace, but like, they're all defenders.
Yeah.
We've only got defenders. Like, there's no one.
Connor Coventry, I think, was on the bench for Southampton or.
Yeah. Oh, your man. Sorry. Josh Cullen's doing well for Anderlecht. So that's probably the best midfielder at the moment.
What about Martin Obafemi or whatever his name is?
He wasn't playing.
No, he didn't play for. Yeah.
But is he still at? Where is he?
So he did. He did Southampton. Like, yeah. So look,
there's hope. There's hope there.
There is hope.
We'll be over there supporting them in a couple of weeks from the stands. That we're
no tickets. No tickets to get in, but I'm pretty sure most of the stadium is going to be full of Irish people. Rather than
it's only people. Irish people are not allowed in. So with your complexion, you're going to have no problem getting in as a Portuguese fan.
Steve, you're making me blush. Thank you very much. You know how to get on my good side. Yeah, no, I can't wait.
Yeah,
Stephen Lennon and JJ Fox-Amore are going to be hitting Faro.
Yeah, Faro.
Hitting the bars.
I was expecting a few more knee jerks from Steve, though. I was expecting, what's his name? Chalaba. I was expecting a big fucking the English Maldini or whatever. Like, I was gonna, yeah.
No, I mean he had a good game. I just know what's gonna happen there. We're just gonna loan him out, forget about him and buy in your man Kouande from Sevilla. And that's just the way we're going to do. But we might get 15, 20 million for him in a year or two.
What about Keith calling the Chelsea, keeping it within the financial fair play, Roman Abramovich not busting out his checkbook?
You didn't call that. I called that.
I called that at the end of last season.
No. You were talking about, you went off tangentially, as you discussed earlier, in a very similar vein, about Chelsea going to spend 100 million. And then you tried to put a bet on with me about that. And I said, they are not going to spend 100 million. They're going to have a net spend of 0. They might spend 100 million, but we'll sell 100 million. And then you're like, no, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Yada, yada, yada.
No, I actually listened to that episode earlier on today. So I can actually.
You always say that as if that can be, but you're lying.
Well, the argument was around financial fair play. You saying it was rubbish. It was fugazi. I was saying that you can just make up money if you're these clubs and like.
Yeah, but that's hardly a hot take. Everyone knows Chelsea do that.
Yeah, no, Chelsea don't do that. He did pay
97.5 million for Lukaku. So
yeah, and he sold Tomori to AC Milan and Tammy Abraham for more than that together. So that's a net transfer out loud.
Yeah. But sorry, everyone knows that Chelsea have been doing that for years.
Yeah, so they're not actually breaking financial fair play. They're within it, which is the whole argument. You were like, Abramovich will. Because the argument was over whether you get Haaland at 150 million. I said Chelsea couldn't afford him. Financial fair play.
What is the financial fair play? Like, what is
Brian? You are talking out of your butthole there. I must say. I mean, I think you're mixing about 7 or 8 different points into one gigantic wrong point.
No.
But.
Yeah, so I called it. Chelsea kept.
What is the Premiership financial fair play?
Well, it's not a Premiership specific.
It's just make money. That's what it is. More money, more problems.
There's a few rules, James. You can only increase your. You can only lose a certain amount of money within a 3-year time period.
Right. So I know the EFL one because obviously Wednesday were fucking.
So if you take your betting career a 3-year time period, you would have failed financial fair play because
on top of the league
you are not generating the money that you are spending.
Steve, I can tell you
you're in a massive.
I can tell you now, I'm up.
What you need is an oligarch or a lawyer to come in and bail you out, which is what's happened.
I have got the best lawyer in town. She actually lives here as well.
That's a nice segue.
Yes, on to the betting.
Yes.
Okay, so let's open up our fantastic little spreadsheet. Congratulations, Brian. You actually have a talent. Spreadsheet is one of them.
Yeah.
Not one of my talents.
No, we saw what you attempted, and it could have been done by an animal.
That's what 10 years of working Excel every day does for you, Brian.
Yeah.
The more you do, the shitter you get.
A quick reminder on the this year's betting competition. We have decided to get rid of the accumulator type betting competition we were doing last season for a number of reasons. One of them, we were just losing money constantly. So what we have this season is every man for themselves. Every week, everyone will have a €50 kitty, and they can place as much as 5 bets on 5 different fixtures or 5 different bets within a fixture. And then at the end of the year, we will have a league table and see who comes out on top with actual money, brackets, fake money, because we're not backing any of this, which is hilarious because James actually won one of his bets this week.
The first time
ever. And it's the one that he had no money on, no real money on.
The other fucking 16 bets didn't come through either, like some.
So to recap what we have from our first week of betting. So I had 3 bets on. First one was Brentford to beat Arsenal at 3-1, which came in, no big deal. Early scoreboard pressure. Exactly
didn't really
what
work
I
out.
anticipated. Well, it did because you're coming last. So I put the scoreboard pressure on.
But I actually went ahead of you mid-weekend.
No, but I put the scoreboard pressure on and you just could never come that back.
Yeah, but it didn't work because I went straight and won my first
bet. But then I added some scoreboard pressure at the end again. So
Okay.
So Brentford to beat Arsenal 3-1. What a call that was. €10 on
yeah,
that.
It was a good
what a call. Like I wouldn't say that was
what a call.
What a call.
I had a 1 in 3 chance of winning.
1 in 4. But yeah, it was a good call. I think I said it at the time. I liked that bet. Yeah, it was a great bet.
So well done me. The second bet, I had was Claremont to beat Troy. A lot of laughter at that one. Especially
yeah,
James Fox.
But it was so lucky. It was so.
What was lucky about it? They won 2-0.
Yeah, because Troy's got a man sent off in the 30th minute. So
did you call them Troy's? It's Troy. It's not. Troy's. Please don't butcher the French language.
Oh, okay.
Pronounce you just know, Steve is following some Instagram better, and like it just came up. And
I'm not following Instagram better.
I'm gonna follow that. Like,
I'm not following Instagram. Claremont are now top of the French league.
After last weekend, to be honest, I'm actually thinking of setting up my own Instagram channel.
Well, you should. You should do that. You got you off this one. So that was 2 from 2. So €40.
Well, it was 1 from 1 because you split the one.
Yeah, but the timing of it is kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, and it was. It was a horrific one. It was a horrific one.
So then I had my final bet, which didn't come off, was Hull to beat QPR, 7-4. Don't know what happened that game. They certainly didn't win.
No, they got trashing. It was a trashing. It was at home as well.
Who cares if it's a trashing? If you're going to lose by a lot. That's the way it is. So phenomenal opening week for Steve. Ends up €50 in the green.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Now moving on to James. As we said, we don't think you fully understood the premise of the betting competition.
Well, actually, I did, Steve. And I knew I'd be top of the league, and I'm going to be top of the league for the whole season.
So you had
looking at the fucking shitty French. I thought, actually, to be honest,
your first
to the fucking shitty French league, like,
was a €25 treble on Reading, Hull, and West Brom. That didn't work out. I imagine all of them lost, did they? Or
Hull lost.
Just Hull, yeah.
Did Reading lose?
No, I think Reading won actually.
You actually had Hull in your treble after giving me shit for having them in my single.
I only realized that afterwards when we were speaking. I was like, Steve, you fucking idiot.
And you just gave me shit there as well.
Yeah, so shit. And then I realized, I was like, oh shit, no, I did put Hull in.
And your second treble had Salford, Newport, and Scunthorpe to win.
I think all 3 of those didn't come off. I think
Salford,
Newport definitely lost.
Yeah,
Salford drew, did they?
Yeah, Salford drew 0-0 with Sutton, and Scunthorpe were 4-1, and Rochdale just like 4-1, like,
and 0 for 3 in that action.
But Scunthorpe were 4-1, so
yeah,
as unlikely as it was. So why not treble it up?
No, Rochdale got relegated last year, and like they really had a defensive problem, but it looks like they've done a bit of work over pre-season because it was 0-0.
So just when things were going pear-shaped, you pull off a fucking treble to net yourself a profit of €96.60.
Yeah,
with Portsmouth, Wednesday, and Wigan all winning. Was there any of those games that looked in the balance?
Portsmouth in the bag, 100%. Wednesday, I mean, look, I kind of thought to myself, like, it's always, it's a gambling, but it's a gamble when you back Sheffield Wednesday. But I saw this coming, Doncaster at home. It's only going to be one winner. Wigan as well. Did I see Wigan scoring in the 97th minute of the game? Yes, of course I did. And that's why I put them in. And that's why
I could not believe
that. I cannot believe that. I missed that.
I was refreshing. I had it up on Google, being like, okay, come on, just don't go touch. I was like 96, 97, 98 minutes, and then fucking comes through on Google.
Oh my God, I did not realize that.
Yeah, to be honest, come Saturday.
You're only going to get one of them a season as well, so you're definitely dust now.
No, I can see. I told you at the start of the season that I would be winning a lot of money, and here we are.
Well, fair play, James. Fair play. So you finished week 1 with a €61.60 profit, which puts you on the top of the betting table, incredibly, with that strategy. Yeah. Then it brings us to the frog, or the bottom of the pack, the guy who's just doing fuck all, really. But
yeah.
So Brian, you had Burnley and Brighton to draw, €10 2-1. Didn't work for you.
No, but it should have worked for me, but it didn't.
Yeah. Then
Then I had probably the call of the weekend out of all the bets.
I'd say the call of the weekend would have been.
It was 7-5. So the call of the weekend was a 7-5 shot as opposed to a 3-1 shot or a 6.5 to 1 shot.
Yeah,
yes,
that's what I'm saying. So yeah, Man U leads over 3.5. And I should have gone 4.5.
Should have gone 4.5. That would have been the call of the week.
Yeah, but anyway, took that in, and then Spurs +1 versus Man City, another phenomenal call.
Yeah, for a healthy €13 profit there, real exciting.
I don't think anyone wants to listen to this. Like anyone could call these ones, like
Yeah, well, you didn't, James.
I know.
So yeah, I'm fine. With the three of us had profitable weeks for the first time in the history of our lives. So let's not.
Except we've got nothing to show for it because my actual betting account went down by about €50 with all the crap money I spent on all sorts of nonsense.
But I'll put it up. So yeah, Fox 61.60, Steve 50 quid, Brian €45, all in the green.
All in the green. So on to week 2. Brian, do you want to kick off with your 3? And to be fair, you've obviously decided not to be so boring this weekend because those were wasted wins basically in the wins column.
Just 45 quid.
So take us through them there.
So yeah, Watford to beat Brighton. Watford. So I think against Villa, Watford conceded all the possession, but had like 17 shots. They're 37% possession, and Brighton are possession side again. They only won 4 games at home in the whole last season. Only Fulham, West Brom won less, and so that's the
9-2 is like outrageously ridiculous for that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's just because Watford are promoted side. Brighton won last week. I think the odds are a bit crazy there. Then, a bit more exciting, Man United to score a penalty against Southampton.
That's okay.
I like the way you've gone for score a penalty there because you probably could have just said a penalty awarded.
I think it was about half the odds for a penalty awarded, or maybe not quite, but close. I did look at that. Just Bruno doesn't miss penalties really, so in for a penny, in for a pound with that one. So United joined most penalties last season. Now I know VAR is a bit different this year, whatever, but joined most penalties last season. Leicester, Southampton, one of the worst teams last season in terms of conceding penalties. I think Southampton are in real trouble this year. I think they're really bad against Everton. Got a lucky goal there, got smashed. And
Livramento looked very good though at right back.
I mean, it doesn't matter. They're fucked. And like Adam Armstrong scored, but it's an open goal basically. I think
not going to give him any credit, are you?
Not yet. 10 quid, 16-5. I think I like those odds. Then my early scoreboard pressure bet of the weekend. I love this one. Fans back at Anfield for the first time in like 2 years. It's the early kickoff. Liverpool over 4.5 goals against Burnley at Anfield next Saturday lunchtime. I really like it. 7-1. I think this could be my masterpiece in terms of betting.
I do think that is a good bet, but because it's the early kickoff. Now, if that was the evening kickoff,
scoreboard pressure. Steve will tell you.
Yeah, but the boys, I know what James is saying. They're just not rowdy enough because they just haven't had enough time to get lubricated enough. The fans to really get you that extra goal. I can see them getting 4.
Wetherspoons does open up at a good time.
I can see them getting 4. And I can see them getting 5 for the 5 o'clock kickoff.
But... And then also retiring and then just kind of say, look, game done, shut up shop. We'll just
let's go home. Let's put our feet up. Let's watch the 3 o'clocks.
I think if it was any other random week with the fans in the stadium, that might be right. But I'd say the Wetherspoons are going to be opening at 5 a.m. just to get drunk for this game. So
the other thing is Burnley beat Liverpool last season at Anfield.
I mean, even more reason to be up for it. Liverpool, they just create so many chances. Fucking how many shots did Salah have? And Burnley are so shit. Like they're actually phenomenally shit. They shouldn't even got their goal against Brighton should have been ruled out. It was anyway. So that's 7-1. I mean, you can't complain about the odds there. If that comes off, I've basically won the week because Fox isn't going to win any of his. Well.
I kind of said that last week as well, but I'm top of the league, so
yeah. then I suspect, so for the listeners, Steve kind of tried to take one of my bets before the show. I suspect this might have been the bet that he was going to.
I had it prepared.
Well,
so
only after seeing my bets that I sent in at 8
a.m. No, I had them written down.
Here. Rubbish. So, but I suspect this was the bet you might have been agreeing.
I was looking at this one. Yeah, I was looking at this one.
So it's Wolves to beat Spurs at 13-5. So yeah, I have a few takes here. Like Spurs, just deep. They breathe a sigh of relief. Got away with it at the weekend. They're still in a bit of a shit situation with Kane. Then Nuno effectively quit at Wolves. So first, and all the fans back at Wolves, the same thing as the Liverpool game. I think there's an accumulation of stuff here. Wolves also had 17 shots at Leicester. Jimenez is back. The point to prove against Nuno, and Spurs just overconfidence and kind of foot off the gas now that they beat City. I really like this bet. This is my favorite bet of the four.
Interesting.
There's a bit of logic behind it, but I just don't.
I like it, but I think you're not giving Spurs any credit for the City win.
No, I thought they were great. It's just it's very easy when you've that much space to attack into, and they're not going to have that against any other team.
Well,
who's the manager at Wolves now? I see.
What's his name? I was
no idea.
Him yesterday. He's a Portuguese guy, much more attacking.
Marco Silva.
No. It's like Raul
Fonseca.
Bruno Lage.
Oh, sorry, I should know it. He was part of the Wednesday team.
I've
the Wednesday coaching staff. Yeah, he was Carlos Carvalho's Carval's right hand man.
Yeah,
at Wednesday. That does not sound like a appetizing head coach. Interesting, Brian. Well, we'll see how that scoreboard pressure goes for you.
Yeah.
It certainly worked for me this week.
Weren't
able to come back from it at all.
No, but you went to last after you got the early scoreboard pressure.
Get the scoreboard pressure, then back off a little bit, and then get that scoreboard pressure again.
Then come from behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's look at how it looks. So what I've done is I've taken 3 bets again. I think 3 is the magic number.
It is.
I'm taking West Ham to beat Leicester at 6-4. Thought West Ham looked real good against Newcastle. Antonio sharp, Declan Rice dominant, Kufal, Souček, all looking pretty good. Didn't actually see the Leicester game, but I've seen enough from West Ham. Next one is Chelsea halftime, full time versus Arsenal.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, I just think Arsenal are crap. Chelsea are not. Lukaku coming in.
But getting nearly 2-1 on it is what I like.
Yeah, exactly. Almost 2-1, 15-8. Generally, I don't like the halftime, full time bets, obviously, because you've really only got 45 minutes to get it done. But in this case,
all right, Captain Obvious.
In this case, you've only got 45 minutes to get it done, and then you've got to also win the second half,
right,
or to make sure you're still winning at the end. So that's that. And then I've just taken what I think is just guaranteed money.
I don't like this bet.
So Bobby Firmino, who had a summer off, who looked dangerous on Saturday, was it? Just think that didn't score a lot last season, able to get a full summer, full preseason, going to be starting.
Is he going to be starting? Why is he going to be starting? He didn't start against Arch.
Did he not start?
No, he didn't start. This is why I don't like the bench. He came off the bench.
Oh,
he replaced Jota after 65 minutes. Oh, I love it.
Well, then
money down the drain.
I still don't think that's down the drain. He probably will score if he's only playing 30 minutes.
Yeah, he probably will. But
that 5-4 though, that's fucking bullshit.
I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, what is he thinking?
He scored last weekend though, didn't he?
He did.
He came off Salah,
It was all Salah,
yeah. Anyway, that's easy money still. He only needs 20 minutes. It's better. Even if he plays 5 minutes, he's got a better chance of landing that bet than James has of any of these 3 bets. So, James, your first bet is what is this called? It's not a quadruple. It is a quintuple.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just trying to see, actually, because I'm just looking at that last bet I put on. 21. I'm missing something there. Go on, sorry, Steve, I interrupted you.
Yeah, so I don't even know what to say about any of this. Please don't get into the individual games. But Portsmouth Wednesday, Sunderland, Brighton, and Brentford to win. Interesting. You have 2 Premier League games and 2 Championship games and a League One game. Is that correct?
So yeah, what I went for there is I think they're my 3 teams in League One that are hopefully going to win week in, week out. I think Brighton, from what I watched actually against the Burnley game, I watched the highlights on Sunday morning. They look pretty good. And Brentford, yeah, I think they could do something on Saturday as well.
Who are Brentford playing?
Brentford are playing. Sorry.
It strikes me as odd that this is only 24-1.
Yeah, this should be way high. Brighton only won 4 games in the whole of last season at home.
Yeah. And they're playing away, aren't they?
No, they're at home. They're at home against Watford.
Okay.
Yeah, Brighton are home to Watford, and Brentford are. Oh yeah, Brentford are away to Crystal Palace. So that's why it might not be as.
Yeah, well, it's an awful bet.
That's
okay. 20, look, 20. It's great. Look, I love this. I love the feedback because
it's 20 quid in the bin.
All this is recorded anyway. So
moving on to the second 20 quid on the bin. James, you have West Brom, Cardiff, and Middlesbrough to win.
Yeah.
So
just
gonna happen.
And again, that is also, if you look at
Insight.
it as well, Mick McCarthy, Cardiff City. That's all that needs to be said there. West Brom, Sheffield United are shit. They shouldn't come up. West Brom will go straight back up. No, they didn't go back up. They will go up this year. Sorry. Cardiff, Millwall at home, and Middlesbrough. Well, Derby are just a shambles anyway. So that's my safety bet.
You know what I love, Brian, and I've just noticed it now, is that you've included West Brom in 2 of the 3 bets. So
brilliant. So West Brom don't win.
So Steve's having a little right old chuckle there, but with the championship, Steve. Okay, so there's games on Tuesday. There's also games on Saturday.
Oh,
yes. The only thing is that that last bet on I put on. I think I'm missing a team in there. So
yeah, I'm wondering that.
No way that is
because the 5-way one is 24-1 and the 4-way one is 75-1.
Yeah. Who did I put in the other one then as well? Why did that not?
This is fantastic content.
Yeah.
Thanks, James.
You're welcome. Forest Green are away to Rochdale.
Okay. Fantastic, James. So which ones of them is one of them on tomorrow that we can enjoy?
There's a few games on this week, yeah.
But is one tomorrow, of those accumulators just
some of them it's a mixture, yeah.
Yeah,
actually, all 3 are a mixture actually.
Well, it'll be great for our fans to try and get on these James Fox bets. So either just 50-50, throw it on for Tuesday night.
Pick the West Brom. Pick who they're playing on Tuesday or pick who they're playing on Saturday.
Yeah, well, me being top of the league, for the listeners, I would be taking out your pens and papers and taking a note of what I've just gambled there because,
I won't tell you.
But they can't take a pen and paper because all they have is a team that's playing twice this week, so they don't know who to bet on.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. West Brom are playing on Tuesday and they're playing on Saturday, so just back them. Did you not get that, Brian?
Are all the teams not playing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday, Sunday? Yes.
The teams it's a mixture of Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday games.
Yeah. So every team you have here plays twice. We don't know who you're betting, what game you're betting on.
Well, actually, I wrote out. Steve actually has everything in front of him there. So
okay. So the listeners, contact Steve if you want James Fox bets.
Can you do an accumulator with the same team in like twice?
Yeah.
So you could do an accumulator of every Chelsea game, like a 38 team accumulator, but it would just be Chelsea.
No, they don't usually give the odds. They don't give the odds that far ahead because they just don't.
All right. Well, that was interesting, James. We'll certainly see how this bold strategy of yours pays off. Unfortunately, it has paid off at the start, so we have to fucking continue with it for another week. But hopefully, you'll revert to the mean and then go the other way pretty quickly. Yeah. So
very excited.
Thanks, boys. So we will revisit that next week and see where everything is.
I'm very confident that'll be one of those big shots coming off for me this week.
Firmino anytime's coming off for me. Anytime.
Anytime.
Sheffield Wednesday, Portsmouth, Sunderland, Brentford, and Brian. Winner, chicken dinner. Let's
24-1.
Okay, fellas. Thanks very much for your time tonight. It was a blast being the host for the first time. New and improved pod, new improved host. So listen, thanks for listening. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Champagne Hooligans podcast, and follow us on Insta. And we will talk to you next week.
Good luck.
Bye for now.